Can you set aside in a pile all the things you want me to make copies of?
Yeah.
And I will look on the website for...
The ER visit?
Oh, I was looking at the injunctive relief form, but I can't do the ER visit.
The ER visit where, in it, she put, she said she might not have put it, but she said, I hope she put it, that she noticed some irritation and redness in there, as well as some blood, excess amounts of wax. Basically, just I need the diagnosis and what she prescribed, the ceramide peroxide drops.
Yeah.
The notation of that. And here's these other two things.
Okay.
The ones
So
for
if you could
dermatitis,
just
the
set
ones
them
for
in a to-do pile so that by the time
Right.
I get up and go to the printer, I just got all the stuff for that step.
Okay.
So then I don't get distracted by trying to go do that step.
Okay, we can go back to the picking thing.
Yeah.
Let's start from, you're saying what about some treatment? Or-
I was just based on that one miscommunication we had where you said, oh, when I pick, I don't pick absentmindedly, made me think that maybe it was something you'd be interested. But on this conversation now, we're saying, we're realizing that I read into what you said in a different way, and so now it doesn't apply.
There is a big, this is, call it abroad. When I showed the doctor an inpatient 2 years ago my skin, she was on the same wavelength that I must be picking at myself.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going back over to the dermatologist right here of the prurigo nodularis, which is hard lumps, which is not even, they're not hard. I said that. And it's not definitely not eczema. I know what eczema is. It's definitely not that. I'm off track already. Oh. The prurigo nodularis itself is saying that it's itch scratch cycle.
Yeah.
I scratch, it gets itchy, so I have to scratch again, and it goes on.
Well, that's what
That's
I do.
not at all what's going on with me, though. See, as I was saying, in the inpatient, the doctor 2 years ago had the same notion. It's just an automatic, I guess.
I mean,
I can tell them
leave it
that
up
I
to
don't-
people who are overworked to just chalk it up to
Yeah.
the most logical, easy reason and then move on with their lives.
I even told the dermatologist that I don't scratch at it.
Yeah.
Like I told you, very extremely rarely, and I'll
Right.
rub at it with my fingerprint. Not very roughly either. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, we got that. I just wanted to go back to that, just
No, that's
out
good
there.
point. I wanted to make sure that it would.
Because there's more than just you misunderstood.
Right.
Right. And you're my case manager. You're not exactly my counselor, but
We've been working on the understanding more than
Yeah.
you've had the time to work on that understanding with the doctors that you talk to. So you're like, if we have it and we figure it out because
We
we're
have the
working
convenience
together more often.
of
But
already
if you only have 15 minutes, you don't get to the time where you can explain yourself and be like, that's not what I meant.
And what comes out of the counseling is the decisions to be made. You know, you hand up what's going on to the case manager, say, hey, we can do this and that and other thing. I'm more to figure things out for myself. I don't really need someone to console me.
That's why I just listen and then I vomit up stuff I know about. And if you want to work on it, great. If you don't want to work on it, at least you know it exists and I move on. But I think sometimes people are like, I know what you should do.
I have more
It's pressure.
I have more of the solution than the problem.
Yeah.
Is the thing with me. Because counseling is for when you have a problem and you can't figure it out, more or less. Some or many. Many.
On my end, sometimes it's for, I'm extra stressed out by changing myself to be acceptable in public and in life, and that's really stressing. And talking to somebody to help maybe get some tools to work at it in a way where it doesn't take so much energy away, doing what people expect us to do in public and working on the it makes sense that we are tired at the end of the day because we just were talking to people. And that is like a valid thing that people with autism have, and processing that so that in the moment, the next time you're stressed out, you're like, this is my brain doing what it thinks it needs to do, and that kind of stuff. But nobody's gonna force nobody to do nothing. Okay, so this is the back end of my chart.
Okay.
So, chart review.
That would be Metro, yeah.
It just goes in chronological order.
Yep.
And usually emergency rooms are in red.
Oh, I saw that Dr. Schrader was able to pull it.
209, symptom, complication of ear.
Okay.
States he was admitted last week for mental health and COVID and now has diminished hearing and lower back pain.
That was when I technically had the long COVID, when I
Yeah.
had it the worst. That's when I went to the ER.
And it's got all
These are the
your
warnings.
pain scores and the questions that they asked for the time that you were there. Tylenol, significant warnings, some medications to be given today containing Tylenol. Do not take other medications which contain Tylenol. Take ibuprofen with food or milk.
Yeah, the prescription and diagnosis.
Ear
That's just
infection,
another one
ED
thing.
discharge instructions, how to use ear drops, earwax protection, radiculopathy of the neck and back, including sciatica. That was a handout that they gave you when you left.
Yeah.
The medications at time of discharge. It looks like you were getting an injection of medication.
I only had that once in the inpatient.
Okay.
That was wrong.
Trileptal. discharge to home, and then the ED notes come, and it's just basically from the bottom to here. It's just each person who walked in the room, they did a little blurb about the histories provided, for male, presenting for ear complaints that began while admitted to psychiatry last month, reports a 50% reduction on the left and 25% reduction on the right, but now both ears are at 50% reduction. Does report red discharge from the right ear along with ear pain. He states my ears feel less cleared when I move my head. Patient states he had been diagnosed with COVID, but while admitted, but does not have any residual symptoms, specifically denies sore throat, rhinorrhea, congestion. Rhinorrhea is just runny nose. Rhinorrhea, congestion, or cough. Those complaints, back pain attributed to sciatica involving his right side. Location of pain depends on his activity, sleeping positions, and is worsened with movement. He's currently declining medications and states he's just here for documentation. Review of symptoms.
But they did get the ceramide drops.
Yes. Patient's home medications have been reviewed.
And that continued to worsen after the ER visit. The hearing loss continued to diminish. Just so you know.
Good eye contact is appropriate content. He advised that I would like to treat the patient for potential ear infection. He has declined any antibiotics or pain medications. Patient is amenable to eardrops. Patient is informed of findings, given follow-up instructions, and expressed understanding, and was discharged home. External medical records, medical decision making, afebrile, mildly tachycardic and triage, BP mildly elevated, normal O2 stat room air. He was well appearing. He was not tachycardic on auscultation. He has injection of the right tympanic membrane with a small amount of blood in the canal, as well as cerumen, no obvious tympanic membrane rupture. The source of this blood is unclear, no evidence of otitis externa or mastoiditis. His left ear and tympanic membrane is normal, although there is some cerumen in the ear canal. Discussed treating right ear symptoms as acute otitis media with amoxicillin. Our patient preferred no antibiotic treatment for this and felt it was more likely due to recent COVID infection. He reported no red flag back symptoms and was neuro intact in ambulatory exam. Patient declined any pain medication for his back pain, requested only prescription for treatment on his earwax. This was provided. It was advised to follow up with ENT as well as primary care physician. Expected course and indications for emergent return were further discussed and questions were answered. Impression and disposition. Counseling, so this is what they recommended. Spoke with the patient and discussed his findings in addition to providing specific details for the plan of care and counseling regarding the diagnosis and prognosis. He was given the opportunity to ask questions, discuss the return indications and importance of follow-up, advised to follow up with primary care and ENT, advised to return to the ED for new, changing, or worsening symptoms, educated on common potential side effects of medications to be prescribed. Scribe attestation, so there was somebody else in the room listening and writing notes. And then patient contacts.
So if that's just it'll be that. Well, besides the injunctive relief, besides this injunctive relief thing and whatever else is in there, motion for restraining order, affidavit, this and that. Beside and including, that's a weird way of saying it, but beside this and including this, along with what you just read me, the ER visit for my hearing loss, which may or may not be COVID related, may or may not be super gas related, or both, or may or not be either. There's the form from the dermatologist and the hearing test that I took later at the ENT. These are going to surmount as damages in a case against the landlord, not the current landlord, the new one, but the lucky land properties owner. I want a lawyer to sue for damages because of their nasty apartment being unsafe and unsanitary to the point it made me deaf and have skin issues. That's what we're going to be getting on next after we do this injunctive relief and take care of my legal things. I'd like to get right on getting a lawyer to go after the landlords because they left us in that condition.
So the injunctive relief is separate? What specifically is the request there in that? Are they related, or?
This is going to be part of the evidence.
Okay.
So after the fact of this, then we're going after the owner. This is just to get things in line, and then sue for damages. This isn't suing for damages. This right here. That's why it's left blank intentionally, just to see what they do about it. Just get them off their ass and clean the place up. Well, I can't really say the new owners. Well, they've been doing this and that. They're the new owners. But you see what happened was? You see why he sold the place. Is rhetorically my point. Yeah, you can get that.
Can you look on the history of how many times it's been sold in the last little while?
Why is it that people in responsible positions that have it all are allowed to run away from their responsibilities and not take any responsibility in the first place and deny any responsibility?
Groups of landlords have gotten together to lobby to get laws changed so that they don't have to follow the rules because it's cheaper to lobby than it is to follow the rules.
Right. Well, it's cheaper just to break the rules, and that's what they've been doing all that.
I mean, breaking the rules is just, if there's a fine for doing the thing, then it just costs that much to do that thing. And for rich people, they're like, that's fine, I'll pay the fine.
So the short of it, we had a sewer gas problem that was making me vomit, and they sent what they called a licensed plumber. Wasn't a licensed plumber. He came in and said it was too technical for him, and that was that. That was the end of it. The property management had absconded that very day, left, and told Mom that they were no longer getting paid, so they're no longer doing anything. Then we're sitting there for 6 months in it. You already know all this. Most of
It doesn't seem like you've gone to the ER very often.
No, I try not to. I try not to trip on the crack of the sidewalk.
And it looks like the admission in November of 2024 lists folliculitis and tooth decay. And folliculitis is the inflammation of the hair follicles, which leads to pimples that look like acne but are not.
Well, I can't say that's not accurate because folliculitis is just something wrong with your follicles.
Yeah, it's just inflammation.
A general
yeah.
term.
Itis is inflammation. Pancreatitis.
And coincidentally, in 2024, around the same time, we had sewer gas coming into our other apartment, leaving brown stains. It had just started. Before that, we had black mold. Before the sewer gas had started. This is two different places we've had black mold and sewer gas.
Not all molds that are black are the one that causes severe damage, but it does suck. I have had rooms that were bad. My ex-husband, his house, I made him remodel the bathroom before I was moving because it was.
And mom's answer is to turn tail and run at every turn. That there's something wrong that they won't take care of. And her thing in the first place is she would rather rent than own because she could call the people up to take care of it.
Yeah, there's a significant administrative burden and finance of keeping those places up. But then it's one of those, basically there are not very good landlord-tenant laws in Ohio. And because of that, like, I'd never seen a place where you rented a place that didn't have a fridge or a stove. Right. I'd never seen that in my life. And
they refused, the property management team, very early on, I'd say within 6 months, there was a problem with the stove and they refused to replace the stove and told us we had to buy our own. So that's what we did. And then we put the stove on the front porch and they refused to take it. They refused to get rid of it. Right. We had to have some scrapper guy come ask for it.
Low rent, low expectations, and that's what they're banking on. They're like, you can't afford to go anywhere else, so like, they call your bluff on fixing the stuff.
The stove was putting out carbon monoxide.
Yeah. I had a carbon monoxide emergency a year and a half ago.
He was banging on the burner on the wrench, thinking that will fix. That was to do with whistling in the burner.
Okay. So I'm gonna do this one more.
Yeah, the only thing we need to do again on this is these two.
Saving it.
Okay, beside all that, I was wondering about the going to the criminal defense attorney. I was wondering if you could provide the proof that I was in an inpatient setting when my court date was held, when my hearing was held.
Yes, I can do that. So, sure.
Okay.
Signatures aren't as big a security risk as it used to be. And you used to have to go to the bank when you called change your signature because it was the only thing that proved you were who you were. Now we've got a lot of other mechanisms to do the same thing.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. They pay for you. Oh, yeah. Bye. Hi. Hi, I'd like to get some court documents notarized today.
A notary? Okay, it's gonna be with her. Give me 1 second.
Sure. Hi.
Hi. I do not have my notary stuff. Let me see.
You can lunch.
Oh, lunch.
And there's somebody coming in.
Yeah, so the notary will be back. Let me see how long the documents. Does it show on your end what time for left?
What time he left? 12:13.
And
How are you today?
15 minutes.
50.
15. Okay, thank you very much. No problem. Thank you.
Redeveloping the
7 days later. Hey, how are you?
Look at me, 2:03 is so close to 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's almost the time I said I would be here.
More or less right on time. More or less. 5 minutes early, 5 minutes late.
Yeah, I tell people, I'm like, she might be an hour early, she might be an hour late, but she's coming.
You're still there at about the
Yeah.
time you agreed on.
So the lawyer appointment is Monday, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, as stated in the text, I don't know if you got to him yet.
I
want you to act as an advocate, as an interlocutor between me and the attorney, different types of attorneys. So going to get the injunctive relief forms or the other forms that are associated. Getting those notarized is kind of useless until I clear up my warrant there. For what happened there. And Walmart denied my employment until I take care of that. So that would apply to anything else too.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So there's two reasons.
So
I also what I don't know how far back you're going, but with all this, you can skim through it. I'll let you do that. Not being huge.
So we're going to the lawyer on Monday for the landlord-tenant stuff, and a different lawyer today for the warrant stuff?
No, we're going to Monday for the criminal defense attorney.
Okay.
That'll be involved. The
Okay,
throwing
so
of
the elk.
the warrant. Yeah, we're taking care of the warrant. That's first and foremost. Yeah. So we can't do anything until we take care of the warrant. All right. I'll just go ahead and skim through. I go back to I'm just stating.
Yep.
We would in total go back to when I started texting Saturday.
Mhm.
I think what I'm doing here is building my case, putting it all out there for it to be reviewed. What I'd like to do is when we have spare time, go over it and make notes as we go through it.
Yeah.
From that Google post that I put about
I might be able to
after that.
copy
Yeah.
the text messages into a Word document.
If need be. What I was saying is pick out notes, like key points, like I want to do this, I want to do that thing. Toward the end there, coming to the end there, is I started realizing the places that I actually want to enter claims with. I can't think right now. That's why I put it all out there.
Mhm.
Not just the Human Rights Commission, they're not really geared specifically toward what I'm trying to do.
Mhm.
It's more like a Department of Justice type thing.
Mhm.
And that's all there, either in the text or in the emails. The emails I put like 3 different results. I like refresh the page on one and change the wording. So there's, it's not too much to go through. But extra, I'd like to put a little extra. Not too much though.
Okay. So I want to have an expectation conversations about what it would look like for me to be helping you on your behalf. I am currently not in a place to call people when we're not on the phone together.
That's definitely possible whenever whenever you're doing your work and you comes to, I should call this person, call me first, and any time of day, even if I'm told to call me back 5 minutes, right.
What's happening with your mom's surgery? Did it get rescheduled? No, yes?
Well, I don't know when. I'm not,
Okay.
just null on that for now. The other side of that is starting at the same place we're starting, just after that link, and then I started with big paragraphs. That would be for the criminal defense attorney.
Yeah.
Especially, So I'm seeing that would get into it and go in and make our notes after seeing the criminal defense attorney, because that's all the time. Or today, after we do what we do, or do it now.
So,
just
yeah,
pick
that
out
was the question.
Certain,
Today,
we can only pick out a few key points
yeah.
if we do it right now. Or go over it later after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all there.
So
I can stop
what do we think is the best use of our time today?
Today, just get the thing notarized and just go into a little bit on what our game plan is. Well, I'd like to see us calm down with nothing else to do. Not focus on getting hold of higher authorities and this and that. Focus on that next time we have nothing to do. Get everything what we can do or can try. When there's nothing to do or try, then we go over all these notes.
So you okay if I
Go over
GPS
that
us
and make
to
notes.
Huntington?
The notary, yes.
And I'm gonna do one.
That's what I actually said toward the end, in our spare time.
Yeah.
So you'd refresh as soon as you get to the end of it. How are you? I need to get something notarized. I think it's just one thing. It's kind of actually. Extra because I might have made mistakes. Let's see where this ends.
Did you separate the specific pages that need to be notarized?
It's already together, so I have to go through it a little bit. Okay, can you accept like the scribble? That's fine.
Oh, you initialed it?
And the line through? That's fine. So we can do away with that because that's a copy to redo.
Like this part is the part that has a hard time looking and seeing what's underneath it. So like that would
And
be.
then I have this extra in case this is not okay. This should be okay, right? Yeah, just the line through it, same as that.
Well, that one doesn't have the
Same
notary
as
on it,
that.
so
Yeah, all
Well,
this
no,
stuff don't
I
have any notaries on
did.
it.
I did sign this, so if that makes a difference, I have a backup. I can just copy the notes.
so
No, no, all this
that'll
stuff-
be up to the.
Yeah,
We're just
no,
looking
I'm
at the
separate out what I don't
specific
need.
pages.
That need to be notarized.
That one has a notary on it, so I was trying
Okay,
to.
so I'm trying to make sure I take everything out.
Yeah.
That is unnecessary because I put extra. Okay, like this definitely is.
Is in there? Okay.
See, it says don't sign. The notary wants you to sign in front of them, and I
Yeah.
signed already.
It's okay.
You don't care.
Let's start with your ID first, actually.
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't trying to make things complicated.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Things
So
make
that's all you
this
need of the whole
make
thing?
yourself complicated.
That's all you need is those 2 things from the whole thing.
I think
This
it's
is a
only
copy
spots I
of-
need.
this is a copy of-
Oh, this is a copy of this?
Wait.
No, this is a different page, I
That's
think.
separate. Yeah,
Yeah,
both of
okay.
those. What do we got going on here? These are this. I'm trying to figure out which ones. That's affidavit and verification. 2 affidavits.
And that's a verification.
This one's signed.
Yeah, this is verified.
This one's signed, so this is a copy.
But you
we
ready
don't-
to complain?
This is a copy we don't need because I wrote it back out thinking I had to make it blank and signed. So we don't need this. Plain and simple.
Did it twice daily for the purpose of making sure.
It's going with the injunctive.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that you had
there
to look
any way you
over the
wanna look at it and try
injunctive
to-
relief before that.
No, it's just that you are the person
Sorry
who
about
signed the paper.
The delay on the ID.
Thank you.
There are so many more ways to confirm people's identities now that I wonder how long.
Surprisingly, this has been the easy part.
I don't think notary's gonna go anywhere because nothing can replace someone actually sitting in front of someone
You know, I've
signing
actually
and
contemplated
officially
one day,
saying it.
Yeah.
if someone stands up and says, and it's taken as believed, and move forward, that they believe if the notary is a hindrance, that it actually discourages you from filing, or if it stands in the way somehow, makes it harder, it makes it more difficult. This is not just
administrative
cheap and
burden,
easy.
yeah.
No, we can't say it's cheap and easy.
It's what the
I mean,
more
fine,
people who have
okay.
money, they get to save money by going to their bank and getting the notary instead of having to go to a place to pay for it.
Yeah.
The less money you have, the more money you have to spend on stuff.
Well, Christine, you don't have to be a customer. You just come in and get notaries here.
He said that, yeah.
Yeah. You just come in. Yep, just right now.
I've been to like other banks before.
Yeah, it's not
Right?
because-
It's so hit or miss.
Did I need to sign this too?
Yeah, you just start signing.
So you verify who you are, and now
Right here. Yeah, right.
You don't really care if you sign it.
well, I'm like,
That's not good to know. 'Cause
There's-
you
well-
never know. Yeah.
if that signature is the same as all the ones that you do when you're here, and you prove that you are who you say you are, then the exact time. There's no way to tell how many minutes ago the ink was on there.
Yeah,
That
this
is
one is.
discretion.
The art of creative fudging.
So we have the license of discretion.
And this one, you need to print your name there right on top. Did you need to do any other pages, or are these the only ones that need it? Okay.
No, it's just on the.
No, I just print his
He
name.
can't sign it until all the stuff that's gonna be on there is on there, so that he can prove that nothing was added after. Because otherwise, that would be on him. He don't want it. My work says that I could become a notary, but I don't really.
You know, you want to do it?
Somebody at the office should be, like the front desk people should be notaries. Because then everybody's gonna know and everybody's gonna let me come. And I'm like, I'm a case manager. I'm with my other people. I can't come to you to
What kind of work you do?
case management.
Oh, just management.
Oh.
So you're not at the office all the time.
And that's why I'm like, if people got to know, then they'd be like, can you come here? Can you come there? And I'm like, no, I don't even want that.
Yeah, I get friends that ask me to notarize stuff for them. It's not a huge deal, but I don't advertise it. 'Cause
Right.
I don't have the desire to be a travel notary
just
or
like-
be that person I'm notarizing.
Well, yeah, like as a case manager, other case managers need to get people to sign these forms, and in a pinch, like
Yeah, so they call you.
they're
all
like,
the
hey, and
time.
I'm like, no, no, go find somebody who's always going to be there. Like, I don't have the time to make my way over to you, aside from one call.
So it was free?
Did I? Yep.
Yeah, you're set. Cool. Have a good one.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Sir. You have a good day.
You too.
I think maybe once we get to the house, just talk a little bit more about just maybe scroll through the texts or whatever. But not
like
so
to check
much
the emails.
because, yeah, I'll let you go over that stuff, take your notes out of it, whatever you feel stands out the most. Just, I'm not really relying on you to tell us what to do, but pull out things like make a note of, for one thing, it states I should get a hold of the Department of Justice, whatever department that is that I can remember. That'd be an important thing to note and hold on to until we can get to it. Come up with a list of things for us to do, I guess. That would be one of them, in gear, in line with the bigger picture of the trafficking stuff. Just like compile what we're going to do next. Out of what I put, out of my suggestions. If it comes to mind to you for other suggestions, that's greatly appreciated. Put that maybe with your notes and we can go over that. Whatever stands out the most. Instead of us together going through all that text, it's there in my head. There's no reason, right? Yeah.
Well, on my end, I would still have to set up an appointment time where I was going to sit and do that, and then I would just text you saying that I did it, and you would have to be willing to agree that you were there in spirit.
Right.
Because
okay.
technically for Medicaid,
Sure.
it's not billable if you're not
You
there.
can actually, if you technically want to follow it to the T, you can give me a phone call and say, hey, I did the thing, and I can say, oh yeah, this is our, this is our.
Right. Like otherwise it would be like
appointment.
sitting on the phone and you just put it on and listen to me type for a half hour kind of a thing. But sometimes I like text at the beginning and text at the end. Sometimes some people will ask me a question via text and I'll look at it and I'll respond and I'll be like, I'm going to make this an appointment.
I got a good idea. Go to the end of the text. There's a list. The police.
Yeah.
The signature health. Metro. Yada 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 yada. And keep all those different things in mind as you just reading the thing. And what can we do about what the police did? What can we do about what the hospital did? Because you already know the hospital. I told them that I'm a traffic human, this and that. It goes along with me telling the probate court. It's the same. Two different hands of the same thing. But still two different hands.
Right. And just
right.
the claim
You have to claim on
and
each.
lawsuit is separate for each person. Like the one
Right.
to the police is separate to the one from the probate court is separate from the one to in how the law looks at it.
We could say my trouble right now is insight and direction. you know, what place particularly I should tell the police taking me back home to. Which place in particular? The DOJ, the special department. That's one. You know, it's kind of solved already. But alternates, or you know, or better. You know, if things you would know, you know, probably. I guess I could myself also at the same time doing that go back through with Google and see what I could do about each one. You know, and compare notes.
I mean, yeah, if we both work on this, that would probably be good. Because on my end, you know how I feel about the government and how much they're going to pay attention to it.
And so, it's important to claim with the right place, not, you know, like I was thinking in the first place, the Human Rights Commission, they might not be the right alley to go to. But if that's one of the major things, why not, right? I'm not trying to go to 4 or 5 different places for each, but, you know, one's a start, right? See how far it gets you. That's probably the best way to play it. The best one, try first, and not get caught up with too many other places for one individual thing, like the police. Just, besides, you know, higher than the internal affairs, you know, would be the DOJ. Now for the hospital, that would have been the Adams Board, but the Adams Board abused me, so it's got to be higher than that, you know. And see, you know, that was my path on my own. See, my path on my own didn't work. They abused me at every turn and said that they had the right to do this when they didn't, and this and that, and case closed.
And I can't guarantee that that's not going to happen when we both try. And like when we're sitting in things with other people, I can confidently explain what you have explained to me about your feelings. I'm not going to be in a place to put like my official opinion on anything.
Right. You're just getting my word across. Whereas I don't remember
if I could rephrase something based on what we've said before.
You might have it better than I do at the moment. In the moment.
I could maybe summarize the words of all the things we talked about and help you if there's some miscommunication.
Another mind to keep in mind.
But that I just want to make it clear because I don't.
All right. Yeah, I guess we'll just get that.
It's not just like, you know, me saying everything in advance, even if it doesn't happen. At least you heard it from me first. Because I don't want to get to a point where I can't do the thing that you're hoping I'm going to do, and I didn't tell you that it was something I couldn't do. So I'm like,
I totally understand.
Said everything.
Yeah, don't be afraid to say, right? Yeah.
But if you feel like when I explain how you feel, if you feel like that's accurate and like a more concise version of what you were going to say, then I will, like if I'm in the moment with the people and I see that they're not understanding, I can put out an explanation or do a translation.
And to say, I already kind of know the extent of when you can and when you can't.
Yeah.
So, and if you say you can't, that's not going to be, well, you better. No.
Well, and it would be
no,
it's my understanding that this is how he feels and this is what he says happened and this is his opinion.
We're on a lot better understanding than I was with Signature Health.
Right.
Oh, God,
I've had multiple people say, I don't even want to work with the case manager. My last case manager sent me to the hospital. I'm like, I'm not assigning people to the hospital person. For people with...
It depends on the place, too. If you got a bad place, you can get a bad person.
Yeah.
It's just how it is.
Well,
go to a different place next time.
Well, and you could go to the same place and get 2 different people.
That's true sometimes, yeah.
And you might go to the same person later and they're more burned out, and then hard thing, I say, the good people get promoted or quit, the bad people get fired or quit, you're left with the medium people, and then the medium people are overworked until they're burnt out and rude. So like none of the services or whatever.
Clueless.
Yeah.
Or clueless from the beginning.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
One for me, like I am already out of my depth of understanding of the law.
So for Signature Health, we would want to file a claim against them specifically. Now, as for Metro, it kind of tapers off to, we tried the Adams Board. We tried after the Adams Board to complain about the Adams Board to somebody else and got abused by them. You know, sometimes you go down a dead end. Sometimes it's best to drop it. You know, it's too frustrating to try to pursue any further, or you just don't know. Or sometimes it is best to drop it because that's just Metro that's putting laxative on my food or not treating my slip and fall or whatever, or railroading me, or treating me unethically regarding I'm a trafficked human and they did nothing to help. You know, they unethically just stood by profiting from it, basically. Yeah, but you know, that's kind of sometimes you just gotta take that off the table and go for other things like the police and Signature Health.
Right. I have a thought that I just want to throw out there, that I'm wondering how much of the claim of the trafficking and the fact that it was done would rest on you having to prove that
it happened.
Yeah.
That by DNA test, that would be most likely easiest because it says a lot. I mean, how could you deny the other facts? I forget what my thought was.
But there was you would only truly trust when controlled by the court because the other ones aren't reliable.
The main thing we're going at here is, I tried to get help. I had my breakthrough. I'm like, fuck this. I'm going out and trying to get help. I'm going to tell them everything I need. Fuck them, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And they abused me. They didn't give me the help they were supposed to. They didn't follow protocol. They did things wrong, which left me in a bad place. That's that's what I'm raving about. That's where we start with the whole thing. And it's not just whoever's higher than internal affairs. It's getting a lawyer about that.
Yeah.
And because that was July 1st 2 years ago, and who knows? You have 2 years to file a claim with someplace, whatever, you know. So that just will make that the main.
And so now the bit is laying it all out in front of different lawyers until somebody got your
the civil rights lawyer should be enough. They should.
But there's a possibility you could go to the civil rights lawyer. They could look at your thing and decide not to take your case. A lot of those civil rights things they would be getting a lot of those work on if you win, they get a percentage of the money, and they won't take a case if they don't think that they're going to get the money out of it for all of the time that they put in.
So what you're saying is, we probably need some kind of private investigator.
Well,
Is there some sort of that provided through the state for me? That would be the.
No, that
wouldn't be the police.
That is technically just the cost. That would be somebody that you would have to pay.
I know.
To go do the things.
And I don't feel it's fair for me to have to do that when it's a government service related thing and all that. Yeah.
Like, we can sit and go to the two different lawyers and then have another talk about how it goes.
Let's backstep for a second here. Say, get a private investigator. I tell him all the things. And what's he going to do about it? Is he going to get the police body cams of when I told him?
Well, I mean, that's a FOIA request.
That's more like what I would tell a lawyer to help me get. I think I've been the private investigator. It's all journalized on YouTube and in text. So yeah.
Once we package it up, it's up to the lawyer to say
all the evidence
say yes to it.
Isn't like you can drag something out. Here it is, prove it. It's just my testimony. It's just what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is all that's there. Yeah. So it makes no sense for what's the investigator going to investigate everything I already know that I'm just saying to give more proof of, and when that can be ordered at any time. It's in records. It's like, look, how's the private investigator going to get the evidence of what the police did of the body cams or whatnot when it needs a court order and a judge needs to tell the fucking
freedom of information requests are public news requests.
It's not really
like you have to redact them, but
you need to get like a court order to get that from someone. They're not just going to give it up.
I truly
that would be a lawyer's place.
That you will
lawyer all the way.
Find a lawyer who
civil rights Tubman law or
say
I think Chandra law. So we're down to two, I guess. I don't know if Kramer law does civil rights, but I'd really like to get into Tubman law. They have they're there. They're what's the word?
Their specialties
aligned with my needs. Yeah, their specialties are very much aligned with my needs. So if we can get a hold of them, that would be awesome. I try to put that on top of your bulletin board there. That would be one of the things we want. Maybe even go there after seeing the civil or criminal defense attorney if there's time to.
There probably won't be time from 4, but we can definitely do
close at 4,
more.
They close at 4, I think.
Oh, I thought you said
but
the
we can call
appointment was 4.
The appointment's at 4, and I think they close at 4. The Tubman law.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We're going to El Khatib, so yeah.
It was like if the place we're going
so I guess
closes
they're open
when we
past,
get there.
El Khatib's open past 4, I guess. I guess. You're right.
But just the work to go.
Yeah, we can
get the lawyer to say yes. That's something that I feel like I could build a case and win.
Right.
And if they're at all worried, they might say no, I won't take it because I would spend all this time requesting all these things and doing all this stuff.
I get all that.
So
I'd like.
We'll just keep going to different ones until you find.
Yeah. Well, I'm
something that lines up.
I'm fairly certain if my case is valid, if my defense is valid, he'll accept it. It's about whether it's valid or not, or what I can pull out of my ass and show him. Or it's just text. It is. It's the text that I sent you. It needs to be conveyed to him, and he'll totally get it. And if he doesn't, he doesn't. I get what you're saying. But yeah, definitely.
I'm just the devil's advocate to process all the possibilities, whether they happen or not.
So I'm asking you to, in the text, I'm asking you to call Tubman Law for me, with me on the line if you need me to, or whenever you.
So that's something that I could pick you up, and on the way to El Khatib, we could call.
Right. Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. Go team.
So just one thing up there that we should do. That's the other lawyer. We need 2 lawyers. That's the other lawyer. If you can't get them, we'll get somebody else. Can't get somebody else, we get somebody else. And
we'll do
after 3 or 4 different lawyers saying no, I guess we don't have a case, right? But besides the lawyer, it is very important that we file with these other agencies, whatever the Department of Justice and this and that, whatever is most relative.
Well, on my end, it's going to take me quite a while to have the time to research those things. If we can, you can give me some stuff, and then we can look at it each time we go to see if we can find more stuff. Because, like I said, I'm already out of my element on what the Justice Department process would be.
I already know that's a load dropped on you for you to go through all this stuff, and I know already that it's pretty much all there. You won't receive too much more text.
Well, no, and I want to get to the point where I can go into the text and go into the emails and compile it all in one, copy paste it all into one spot.
You can do that.
So that then we could basically move it around, break it up by bullet points.
If you want, if you see it, fit, we could just put it all on a page and hand it over.
Yeah.
I mean, or you can pick it
Yeah.
back. I mean, ideally, maybe the paragraphs that pertain. I mean,
Right.
just all of it would fit on a page, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
So the
yeah.
things that you've
Make it
texted me
easy
in
for you,
different
yeah.
places sometimes come at the same issue in a different way, and if we can
Right,
put all of the
right,
different
right.
versions of the same part, then we can figure out
Make it more
which
concise and not
ones
back and forth or repetitive, right?
and figure out which one we think is going to hit best.
We're publishing a book here.
Basically,
Yeah.
we're going to edit.
Right.
We're making a business proposal.
Mhm.
It's a lawsuit proposal.
Yeah.
It's
Your
in the
application.
United States, it's almost 100% about the packaging of whatever, not actually the content.
Your application draft there.
Yeah.
All right. I'll try to get out of here.
Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
Well, so 3:30. Then I could end up 2:30. I'll see what I can get done so that we have the time to do the
All right.
calls and stuff.
Do all that.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right.